activist and a hard worker for the community, so I trust him. And this Peacekeepers program is something he's had for, God, how many years? 13 years. A fraction of our length of our friendship, but for 13 years he's worked tirelessly in the community and tying the loops together sometimes with community members and community organizations and the peacekeepers and policing community and been all giving really strong community members to really love their community so the community can then take that and spread that throughout it.
What is your hope? I mean, you know, Chicago's been in the headlines in terms of the amount of violence that we have. What is it going to take to make a difference?
Well, you make a difference every day you get up and your intention is pure. Every day you do the work, you show up. Save one life. You know, it seems small, but it's a life. And there's lots of people who need this kind of mentorship, a lot of community members who, with the proper training, can help the community. I think the idea of having these discussions in the barbershops where we can really reach young people and reach people in the community is good sense. I mean, that's a good idea that Capt came up with, and I'm sure it will affect a lot of people.
Captain Dennis, how are you going to use this money?
Well, what we're doing right now, you know, what Russell has been doing for the last 10 years with me, he's believing the work that we're doing about funding this. There's never enough money to stop violence and crime. This is a great opportunity for us to come here in Chicago. I have 32 chapters around the country. We have a chapter in London, England, and so I have kind of been maneuvering around Chicago because of the great seriousness of the political climate. Plus, Chicago means a lot to me because I'm a member of the Nation of Islam, and it's our headquarters. So Russell said that, you know, he wanted to support the work. He wanted a chapter here. So we found the best way to come into Chicago is not come in traditionally. We believe our targeted area is young people. Young people are not in the church. Young people are not in the mosque. And we believe the greatest place that you'll find young people is in the barbershops. The barbershops has proven to be the most safest place in our community. We have so many barbershops that these men and women who are barbers and beauticians, they not only shape the line, but they have the ability to shape the mind of the young people. So we gathered and thought that the barbershop would be the great launch of a great opportunity to talk with these young people, not talk to these young people. So Russell felt that he'd come, and I'm very happy we have about 18 barbers that's on board. And I'm very excited because, you know, we believe this: the greatest deterrent to violence is the presence of peace. That's why you see our mantra, I'm present for peace. When you find peace, violence is absent. Our key is to make peacekeepers. Our key is to make everybody in this community accept the responsibility to protect the community. We hold the responsibility to all of the barbers to do it. If they could teach the young people, and if we could train conflict resolution in the barbers, then these barbers can be able to help mediate the beefs that creates the violence. At the same time, we want to train organizations in CPR, first aid, proper handling people, nonviolent crisis intervention. We have a lot of people in this city and around the country that's praying for the hope of Chicago. And let me say this. We was very happy that we didn't hear the disturbing news that we normally hear every time there's a holiday. When we hear there's a holiday, we do this around the country about Chicago. But you was down this time. And there's nothing more greater to inspire people than to give them hope. The very presence we hear gives hope to the people. You can't put a price on hope. You can't measure hope. But when people get it, it's contagious. And I believe this is the hope of Chicago.
Is this similar to what they were talking about in the beauty shops?
Yeah, it's most certainly. Listen, we have underestimated the power of the barber. The barbers are the new leaders today. If you want to run for office, where you gonna go? If you want to really, you know, bet your politics, run up to the barber shops. Let them young boys talk to them. Because either they're gonna do this or they're gonna do this. We have to now empower the oldest institution we got left in the community. 3% of the money of the trillions of dollars we spend it with the barbers and the beauticians. Everybody get their hair cut. Everybody get their nails done. So what we realize, if we unite the barbers, imagine the power around the country that if you want to do a voter registration, you have the barber set up the voter registration in every barber shop. Them young men gonna listen to the barber. If the barber says, young man, go over there and register, he gonna do exactly what he say to do. So we're hoping to not only empower the barbers, but use the barbers as means by changing the climate of the conversations in the barbershop.
Meditating with the students, you know, we have research all over the world and the country that it reduces violence in schools. Whatever little input I can come in with that makes a difference, then I do it. I know that supporting Captain Dennis with restaurant money, other partners involved in that, it's always been golden. I know that teaching kids to meditate in schools has always been golden. So those are two surefire ways to reduce violence and give kids opportunity. So that's what I'm doing, and I know it makes a difference. We have all the research in the world. These community organizations are the ones that reduce violence all the time. We support community organizations in 15 other cities, and we see the difference that it makes, and we see that they're not supported. There's no one writing checks to them. The unions are against it. There's money going to police forces that don't necessarily reduce violence. But the community members, when they're supporting their own community, when they're policing their own community, that makes a difference.
The people that see this story and hear what you all are doing, regular folks, that aren't a part of the Barber community and so forth, how can other people?
Well, they're part of the community. I mean, if they listen, I believe that people who fight for their own rights only because they spend their time fighting for the rights of others. If you're outside of the community and you see the suffering, you can write a check to the Peacekeepers, and you can support the programs that we built with the David Foundation to do the work in the school. You can write checks, or you can even show up and you can volunteer. There's no one who's locked out of this process. We want to include everybody who has a heart.
One of the things that we have about the Peacekeepers is if we take the common folks who sit on the couch and look at the 6 o'clock news of shooting on the east side, triple killing on the west side, and everybody say they want to do something. But when you can take common people and give them the training, CPR, first aid, proper handle people, and empower them to take responsibility for the community, they come off that couch. And they go right out there in the community. And them brothers that they call thugs, they realize they ain't nothing but little Pookie and Ray. I know I went to school with their mother. There has been, media has did the worst job in portraying us to the world. And they also done the worst job portraying law enforcement to us. So we at these odds with each other. We don't have respect for law enforcement. There's no rules of conduct and behavior that we've established as a people in our own community. This is an opportunity to establish those norms. You have to have rules of conduct and behavior. And then we have taken responsibility as men. When the minister called for the Million Man March, that was the beginning, 20-something years ago. He called for 10,000 fearless. That means take responsibility and go in your community. And I think this is a beautiful thing because Chicago, we changing the word from Chirac back to Chi-Town. I did that, I said, man, we Capt. They don't use Chi-Town. I'm bringing back old school. This is Chi-Town. It's not Chirac. Y'all have a great opportunity to change the fate of the world. Everybody's looking at Chicago, and I believe y'all's time has come.
Anything else?
Well, you change one person, you do change the world. What Captain Doug said, every effort matters. Your work is your prayer. You can't live on the results of your work always. You have control over the work, but never the results. So do the work. Every person who puts some good in gets some good out. And if they're selfish, then they get some good out. But if they just selfless and they give, make all the difference. And I think showing up and giving and having the right intention means everything. Thank you.
We started our first chapter in New Orleans.